Hello friends, Namaskar. I am Anil Kumar Srivastava present before you with the questions of polity. Today's questions are related mainly with the Schedule 7 are the concurrent list and state list and union list. Let us begin with the first question is how many entries have been deleted from the state list in 1976 by 42nd Amendment Act. The options are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The answer is 4. The 4 entries have been deleted from the state list. My next question is which entries have been omitted by the 42nd Amendment Act and which have not been omitted? You have to find it out. The options are 11, 12, 19, 20, 11, 12, 19 and 20. The answer is that the 12 has not been omitted from the state list. My next question is out of the following which entries have not been omitted from the state list? Options are 19, 20, 21 and none of these. The answer is 21. My next question is which of the following entries of the state list have not been deleted? The options are 19, 20, 29 and 30. The answer is 30. The entries which have been deleted or omitted by 42nd Amendment Act in the state list are, and which of them is correct? 11, 19, 20. All of these and none of these. All of these have been omitted. My next question is how many of the following entries from the state list have been omitted in 42nd Amendment Act? The options are 11, 20, 29 and none of these and all of these. The answer is all of these. My next question is how many entries have been included in the state list? The options are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The answer is 6 entries have been added in the by the 42nd Amendment Act, out of the following entries which have not been added. The options are 11A, 17A, 17B. And none of these, all of these. The answer is all of these have been added. Which entry talks about the in the concurrent list, which of the entry talks about the administrative justice? Options are 11, 17, 20, 17B and none of these. The answer is entry number 11 talks about the administrative justice. Which entry which is added in the concurrent list by 42nd Amendment Act in 1976 talks about the forest? The options are 11, 17A, 17B, 17C and none of these. The answer is the entry number 17A talks about the forest. Uh, Entry number 17B talks about what? Forest, income tax, birds, and education. The answer is the entry number 17B talks about the conservation of wild animal and birds. Entry number 20 talks about what? 20A talks about what? Education, population control, and forest, and none of these. 28 talks about the population control, which is included by the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. Which entry talks about education? Entry in 11, 12, 24, 25. The answer is 25 is the education, which has now been included in the concurrent list. My next question is, which section or which entry have been included in the Constitution or in the concurrent list by 42nd Amendment Act as a 33? What it talks about? It talks about the population control, the electricity, boilers, and the education are weights of measure. Of course, the entry number 33A talks about the weights and measure. So, my next question is, how many entries have been added by 7th Amendment Act in 1956? The options are 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is 2. Which of the entries have been added in concurrent list by 7th Amendment Act in 1956? Options are 40, 42 and 43, and none of these. The answer is 40 and 42 both have been included in the concurrent list by the 7th Amendment Act. And my next question is, how many criterion are given in 15A for the reservation? Options are 4, 3, 5, 6. The answer is 5. The 5 options are: no discrimination can be made on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth, as far as the Article 15 is concerned. In how many grounds for the discrimination have been given in the Article 16 of the Indian Constitution? The options are 4, 5, 6, 7. The answer is 7. These 7 grounds include religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth and residence. So, and my next question is, when a government can withdraw money without taking assent of the will, taking assent of the parliament? The options are: it is called a vote on account, by making a new law for this, or appropriation bill, or any kind of other finance bill. So 116 talks about the vote on account. When there is a valid need for the government, it can, without passing the appropriation bill, under 116 can withdraw money from the consolidated fund of India. When the when the president uses its power 123 for making the law, what type of power it is? Options are executive power, legislative power, or none of these and both of these. The answer is it is power, legislative power of the president. So we today ending with this these questions, and we shall be with you for the next series of the questions regarding polity. Thank you.